Of course, I'm able to play outside, inside, go against 8 corners a game, and still put up big numbers at the end of the day.
What's your favorite ball to catch?
Probably Jaden delay fades, slot fade. I made a lot of money on that route this year.
And when you look at the NFL, who would you say, top three quarterbacks and top three wide receivers?
Quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and third, probably say Lamar Jackson.
What about wide receivers?
Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, and I'm going to say Jamar Chase.
Are you willing to play special teams at the next level?
Of course, I'm able to play, anything where the coach put me, whether it be gunner or, vice.
Malik, senior year of high school, you didn't have
Right.
the opportunity to play football. I'm wondering how that experience of having to sit out kind of shaped and formed who you became as a college football player.
I would say, it kept me close to the football, especially, even though I had that year off, I was able to still, practice with the team, be a good practice player. So it made me want to love the game of football really more, since I had it taken away from me over a year. But, it wanted me to get back on the field as quickly as possible.
What do you like about Devontae Adams?
He has a plan when he goes to the line of scrimmage. He gets open pretty good. His routes, he can make a DB think it's another route, and I like that about him. Because you need that creativity in the NFL. Like I said, I'm able to, go outside and win. I'm able to go at slot. I'm able to be moved around, create space on the linebacker. I know I carry the ball pretty good, so a different offense can move me around and still get that that dog mentality. What'd you say?
What is it about your skill set that led to so many big plays
I would say I'm a dog. When that ball's in the air, it's mine. And when I get the ball in my hands, I'm able to do tremendous things with it. Create space on different DBs, and able to make explosive plays downfield. Take a 8-yard ride and turn it into a touchdown.
How did you and Jaden build such a unique, big play chemistry? And
Right.
how would you do that with your next quarterback?
I would say me and Jaden created that by just me and him knowing, our outcome of where we wanted to be. We wanted to be here, so we made that, the emphasis of going, late nights catching the ball. Just, him knowing me as a person, creating that relationship off the field rather than being on the field. When you create a relationship on the field, a relationship off the field with your quarterback, he knows you personally, knows where you come from, knows why you play the sport. So I feel like, that relationship carried on the field. I would say my relationship, my media with the Titans, it went pretty good. I never really had any bad interviews, I would say. I wowed, all the coaches with my, my football intelligence. Yes, sir. I don't know. That's for them to, move me around, like I say, and them find, the best ways to give me the ball. Right. I'm happy to go anywhere where I'm wanted. Where I wanted to be, one of those receivers that they move around, can give me the ball. So anywhere where I'm able to do those things. Yeah, I talk to Caleb all the time. He always, talks about that I'm a great receiver. So, I'm just waiting till that day to be called, really.
Do you ever follow?
Say that again?
What are some of the things that you would bring to an NFL franchise and have to build a winning franchise?
Like I said, I'm able to go outside and inside, so I'm able to, create space, whether it be with a corner that's outside, long Lincoln corner, slot guy, safety, So I'm able to, play different positions. I feel that's what makes me great, really, that I can go against 8 DBs a game and still, average 100 yards a game. And the Buffalo Bills haven't been in contact.
How much time do you spend comparing yourself to Marvin, Jerome, some of these other top guys in the class?
How much time?
Yeah, do you watch those guys at all, compare your game?
Nah, I watch them, when they was playing teams, but I don't watch them personally, no. My meetings with the Giants was actually pretty good. Their head coach, they love dogs. They're able to, find those receivers that they really want. And they got a great plan going on to this season that I heard.
Malik, you can be an animal for 24
superpowers, what yellow would you be?
I'll probably say a Black Panther.
Black Panther?
You know, in this territory, you know, which is probably you know, the rainforest. You know, they're one of those guys that, you know, in the dark, they hunt in the dark, and I like to hunt, you know, when people not looking or people just in the back. So I would say, yeah, really, Black Panther. Right. Say that louder. You know, things that I can take from him. You know, I'm sure, you know, when I get there, he'll probably teach me a lot since I'm going to be playing on side of him. And to learn those guys, you know, learn how he plays, learn what got him there. So that's just really it.
Have you watched any of his tape?
No, sir.
Talking about inside, outside.
Right.
What came more naturally? What did you have to work on?
Right. I would say outside came more easier since I've been playing there my whole life. When I got to LSU, I was, you know, primary slot guy. You know, after my sophomore year, I started getting more outside, so it became easier to play outside rather than the slot. But the slot is easier to play, especially since you got a lot of room, you got a lot of space to, you know, create space for yourself.
Well, what's it like working with
I would say, you know, it started playing the game, started playing Call of Duty with each other, and then that relationship, you know, when you're a football player, and you're able to, you know, connect with another football player, it just one-on-one is like your brother, really.
When you met with the Bears, sometimes they put guys through a putt-putt or darts challenge. Did you do that with Chicago?
No, sir.
What's your scout report on Brian Thomas?
Freak of nature, bro. I know a lot of people, you know, think he doesn't love the game of football. You know, he loves the game of football, bro. He's a freak athlete. You know, when I watched him the first time when we was out there our freshman year, I'm like, bro, this dude gonna be a problem.
When you were asked about meeting with the Giants, what are your thoughts on possibly playing in the New York spotlight, which is obviously very big? And did you have any relationship with Odell Beckham? Because the Giants are looking for a number one receiver basically since trading.
Right. You know, when I met with the Giants, you know, it was a great interview. I knew they was looking for a good receiver. Well, I don't know really if they're looking for a good receiver, but you know, I feel like, you know, the head coach, you know, he really likes me a lot. You know, I know they're still looking for that wide receiver one, especially after Odell left. So if I can come in and be that guy, then, you know, so be it.
Did you have any relationship with Odell?
No, I never had any relationship with Odell. I would say I created space for him to throw the ball. You know, I never really gave him a small window for him to throw the ball, and just me using my speed and using, you know, the ability to track the ball, really. That's what made it, you know, that work.
Do you have a specific example this last season, one of those catches that stayed out to you?
I would probably say fourth down and 5 against Mississippi State. That one really, because we knew, I think they knew it was coming, but they really couldn't stop. You know, Jaden got hit on that play also and still was able to throw a good ball.
Who's the toughest quarterback you had to face this season?
I won't say I went against any tough cornerback this season. You know, since I played, I went against like 6 DBs a game, so it was hard to really tell, you know, which one was actually good. But my previous years, you know, I did go against a lot of good corners.
When you're at the line of scrimmage, you know, talk about your approach to create separation between your hands and the field.
All right, I would say, you know, just like Devontae Adams always say, you know, coming up after you get your route, come with a plan, you know, a release, you know, just get open, really. So I don't really have, you know, I'm going to say I really don't have a plan what I'm going to do. You know, it's always just off the snap of the ball, how he plays, how he stands, you know, where he lines up at. So it changed the route deception.
You ever try to set a guy up for down the road in the game?
Oh, yeah, all the time, yeah, during the run game. You said that? Nah, not really. Not really too much basketball. You know, I play basketball, but I'm not NBA good though. Jordan.
For teams that have a young quarterback, I guess, what would your argument be for those teams to help that quarterback by taking a wide receiver and the value there versus offensive line and the value a young, talented receiver?
Especially dealing with a young quarterback, especially coming out of college. I mean, it's the same thing when you go from college to the NFL, really, especially if you play in the SEC. Those guys going to play on Sundays anyway. But, it's not too many really much different from, a rookie quarterback rather than being 3 years in the league, to me, if you would ask me. So, nothing really.